Can you open the door?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And
So yeah, hey everybody, I just wanted to say that we've been indoctrinated and conditioned and programmed by people trying to make profit and money and become rich off of us by selling us things that we do not need, and even things that are unhealthy and toxic or destructive for us, or numbing and congestive to us, you know, things that like influence us holistically as an energetic being. So we have been conditioned, and I have too in my life, and I've spent time, a lot of time and energy and intention to unprogram and to clear away the rubbish blocking my mind and heart. We've been indoctrinated to think certain things are normal or healthy or natural when they haven't been. And the biggest thing that springs out to my mind is one, the enslavement and the treatment and the killing and the rape of animals. But the second thing is, that's like just incredibly significant, amazingly powerful statement right there, how we pay people to rape, kill, murder, enslave and capture animals, and we think it's normal. But don't forget, burning witches in a fire was considered normal. Bloodletting of humans and blood sacrifice was considered normal. Even some places like slave trafficking is considered normal, or organ like robbery and selling is considered normal. Black slavery was considered normal. Women beneath men were considered normal. None of this is right, my friends, or healthy or natural. But also, there's also we also even think like mistreating or whatever, like towards other humans as well. So out of sight, out of mind. We've been programmed to think. We forget about what we don't see, basically speaking. Like, we don't care, we're not alive to the feelings and experience of other life. Humans, of course, and animals, outside of our vision. People out there in the world. So, it's like we live in a very blinkered, like, small reality. When really there's a lot of things happening, and we're contributing to a lot of things. For example, slave labor of children in poor countries, absolutely something I don't want to be part of. It's not right, my friends. Like, it's not kind, it's mean, it's like whatever word you want to use, it's obviously is not right. Would you like your child to be working 16 hours a day, getting paid $1 or a few dollars a day or whatever? I don't even know what it is. Like, mittens, nothing, minuscule amounts. Of course not. Would you want your pet to be taken on you and raped every year and impregnated every year and milked, all their milk taken away, like used like a product, like a thing, a brick, like an object? Of course not. And then they're killed because they're exhausted, because childbirthing is exhaustive, and so is breast milk production. Would you like your daughter's like breast milk to be robbed on her and sold? Of course it wouldn't. So there's double standards going on, my friend. Out of sight, out of mind. Would you like someone to come into your house and poke and prod and kill your animal just in front of you? Like, your companion is not even yours because you can't own a life form. But like, there's double standards, my friends. Like, it even goes towards, would you like to be spoken to in a way that, would you like to be treated in a way that you wouldn't like to be treated? Like, would you treat others in a way that you wouldn't like to be treated? That's the most basic golden rule of all religions, my friends. That's the basic golden rule. So in this video I want to touch on a whole lot of different topics, because I want to talk about this because it's very important not to be contributing to hurt and pain and suffering, because one love, one family, we're all interconnected. We're all a family, we're all interdependent, we're all relying and supporting each other in different ways, shapes and forms, and works and jobs and services and tasks, as well as emotional support. So there's so many ways we're all like connected, my friends. It's one love, one family. Not only a human family, but we're a family with Gaia. We're part of Gaia, Mother Nature. And then of course all the insects and microorganisms, and the sunshine, the earth, the wind and the rain, and other animals as well. But the biggest programming and discrepancy is the total race enslavement of all animals. That's the biggest one, because that's the most cruelest and widespread, and involves the most murder or killing, the most torture, the most enslavement, the most exploitation. Now, I'm for the total opposite of that when it comes to how we treat children, how we treat parents, how we treat families who aren't our direct blood relatives, how we treat other children, and how we care for other children who aren't our direct descendants in our bloodline. how we care for other children, other parents, other families, even ones we don't even know or see or live in another country, including ones that live locally or ones we know. So a right to life and a right to peace and happiness doesn't depend on whether or not you live with the family, or they're your direct bloodline, or they're your pet, or your so-called pet, your companion animal. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond the borders of what we experience directly ourselves. So everyone, remember, I'm going to end this video to keep it short, but just remember, this is programming and indoctrination made by the media, and we are victims. It blocks and puts rubbish in our heart and our mind, false beliefs, thinking that things that aren't right, we think they're okay or acceptable when they're really not whatsoever. How we treat animals is as right as how we'd like our daughter to be treated, or our mother. So it's obviously totally different than how we'd like our daughter or mother or our brother or father to be treated, remember? So it's a complete and utter obvious double standard that's easy to see and understand once we think and question it. But the powers that be, the media, remember, these corporations want to get fat rich off your wallet at your health expense, and while enslaving and raping and abusing and exploiting a whole species. So this is a serious matter. Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's not serious. This is extremely serious. This is as serious as if somebody was like smashing your house to pieces, robbing your car, and raping and kidnapping your family. This is wrong, terrible, and extreme. Just because it's widespread and common doesn't mean it's not extreme or wrong or bad. This is unnatural, and it's as unnatural as how once when blacks were slaves, women were abused and controlled by men, and how there was human sacrifice to the gods, and how women were burnt at the stake being accused of witchcraft, okay? So I hope this becomes clear, everyone. I care for and love everyone. I care for you all. It's not your fault, but just wake up, my friends, wake up. It takes time to unprogram what's been deeply embedded in our subconscious and in our mind. So I hope this video helps you to feel the love that I feel and the connection that I sometimes feel, you know. I feel very connected and loving towards everything. And it's still a work in progress, because obviously out of sight, out of mind is very an easy thing to happen. But we must become aware of what we buy and spend builds things, you know. When we give money to corporations who enslave and do all the bad things, we're feeding them and filling their pockets with money and making them grow and keep doing what they're doing. If everybody stopped, or if more people stop, there'll be less demand. The simple rule of demand and supply, you know. So yeah, that's all I want to say, my friends. So please do share this with your friends and family on social media. I didn't make this, you know, I made this for a reason. I hope it helps you, but I hope you share the message, my friends. I'm sorry for what happens, and like Jesus said, do forgive them, for we know not what we do when we're programmed. But let's wake up and let's start knowing what we do, and I hope this video touches you and changes your life. And I thank the people who've helped me. So that's all I say. So do check this from the beginning if you've missed it. There's a lot of very important information, and I don't gain anything from this except for the fact we're all interconnected, and more love, peace and harmony in the world benefits me. Thanks for watching, and do like, share and subscribe if you watch this on YouTube, and befriend me on Facebook and social media. I love to connect and collaborate, and check out my links and descriptions and freebies and special offers and my services below, as well as my free gift playlists of help I've made for your help also. Thanks, take care, and have a beautiful week, day and year and life. Thanks. Peace and love to all. One love, one family.